Hey y'all, this is Lisa with Backallie. I feel like I need to get started with Christmas quilts for the grandchildren. So that's what this is going to be about. I don't know that I can get it all in one. It may be like a couple. I've got three I got 6 grandchildren altogether, and their ages range from everywhere from 6 to 16. So I've got the 2 littlest girls. So I've got that ready, and I think this is what I'm going to do. This is out of the this Spelling Bee, Lori Holt Spelling Bee, and I think I'm just going to make it very simple and do this design there with their name. I'll put one at the top and then maybe one in the center, and so forth. But I think I'm gonna make it fairly simple and quick. That way I can get it truly pulled together and quilted and do the binding and everything, and it'll be ready to go. That'll take care of 2 of my 6 grandchildren. So yeah, they're going to be the same exact design with just a simple block format. So again, just making it really simple, block format, and then create that border at the top, and maybe I'll do one in the center just to give it some variety. So they're different. The fabrics that I'm going to use, so one of my granddaughters, so I'm going to use this fabric, and I don't know if you can, so it's kind of just multiples of different colors and such in there. And then, so I've got two of these. And then for the background fabric for this one, or the not necessarily background, but I'm hoping the back side of this quilt, I want to be this real rich purple color for this one. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. If I just do a solid for her name, or for both their names on the quilts, or if I'll have enough to maybe play around with these different things here to make it even more fun. We will see when we get there. The other one, the other color variation, and then I'm going to quilt it in this green, which matches perfectly with the green in the thing. So I thought that would be really, really cute. And then the second one, got fuzzies everywhere, so my apologies. I got fuzzies everywhere. So the second one is the same, and it's the Fiesta by my sister's design. So if you're interested in knowing that, so it's going to be the same of those squares, but then the backing is actually going to be this teal for this one, which I think matches really, really good with that. And then I want to do, I think, it in pink for that. So we are going to see how that all goes, which just means that if I use those bright colors against the backing, it's, it's going to show quite a bit. So I'm not 100% sold yet on quilting with these bright colors yet, but we will see. But that pink would go really, the pink would go really good. So we will see. We will see if I do that. So that takes care of the two. Those are the ones that, I'm sorry, those are the ones that we're going to work on today. So if you're interested to see how I'm going to pull these two quilts together, by all means, come along, join me. See you in a little bit. All right, folks, so it says that I need 81 10-inch squares. Seems big to me for a queen, but I'm not even nearly to 10-inch squares because I'm taking my 5-inch squares and I'm going to add them together to make a 10-inch square. And so I really only have like 20 some of them. So I don't know if I need to cut into, because I do have, of course, I have the other two. But I'm going to run through these and put these together first. And I'm going to put it on my design board and see just how big it is. Because maybe I can make up the difference for the size of the girl that I'm building this for by just adding like a border. Because I don't know that it needs to be, I mean, I think a twin, we're looking at like 72.5 by 88.5. I don't think I need it that big because I really just want it to almost be like a throw. Like something they can cuddle up with watching a movie or something like that. So not necessarily to cover their bed. So I'm going to put these together and we'll put them up on the design board and we'll take a look at it. So I've gone through, and what I did was I pulled all of them apart and I just put them by the way I wanted them, you know, 4 each in these individual ones, and I clipped them all. And so I'm just going to start sewing them together. So I'm going to set these here. I think I'm going to set them there. All right, I'm going to set them there. And then so cute. The fabric is just very darling. And my two grandchildren, they are 7 and 6, I think, or like 7 or 6 and 8. They're either 6 and 7 or 6 and 8. So I think this fabric would be, they're gonna love this fabric. So this is my first block. I'm gonna put that one together like that. So I'm gonna run through all of them, and yeah, let's get started. Let's get started. Should be a quick and easy project, right? That's what I'm hoping for. And I'm just going to do one block at a time. Now you could lay out all the blocks and then just batch sew it. I want to take a look at each block because I'm not really sold on all of them the way I've got them laid out. So I may want to switch it up a little bit. It's going to be so cute. This fabric is just happy fabric. Is there such a thing as happy fabric? I think there is. I think there's happy fabric. Christmas is coming. I'm so excited. I've got a red and white quilt that I want to make for Christmas. I don't know if I'll gift it to one of my adult children. I may, or I may just keep it for myself. But we will see. Put those together. Are you guys getting ready for Christmas? Are you making gifts? It gets to be, you know, close to September, and I'm like, okay, I need to get moving on, you know, any bags that I'm making, you know, anything like that. Quilts, wall hangings, all the goodness. All the goodness. Okay, so that's our first one. And let's hope it measures 10. No, it's not going to measure 10, right? Because each one was 5. You got seam allowance in there, so it's not going to measure. It's going to measure 9.5 by 9.5. So we'll see how that affects us. But if I have to cut into the other one, I can do that. I can always just make a decision on what I potentially... I can pivot. I can pivot. But I think this one will be cute. I wanted to be able to see the design of the fabric, which I'll be able to with this, so yeah, it'll be good. It's very cute. And if I need to, the other idea that I could do is I could put some solid blocks in between them. So, push comes to shove, I can do that too. And that might be fun just to get some, you know, solid teals and some of the other really bright colors and add those into it. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. I could add strips as well in between them. That might be another idea. So I've got that block. Fun, fun. All right. All right, y'all, I'm gonna get all of these sewn and then we'll come back and I'll show you all my blocks. All right, y'all, so I got the blocks together and there's the blocks. Try not to make y'all dizzy, you're in my hands, so. Got an extra block. I'll back up a little bit. Oh, it looks like I got a lot of oranges right there in that center. Might need to do something with that, but I might be okay with that. What I try to do is on the right-hand side, you see how it's darker and darker, and then I kind of kept my lights on the left-hand corner. The middle gap between there will have their names. So I'm gonna go ahead and sew it just like this. I think these are just the two. I didn't use the other two packages. I think what I can do is I can make it big enough for the girls by adding bigger borders, and maybe I do solid borders. So I'm going to go ahead and sew these together. So the top row is going to be sewn together, and then the 3 rows on the bottom are going to be sewn together. I need to leave that gap for to block in their their names. So I'm going to go ahead and sew the top and then the 3 bottoms, and then we'll come back and we'll lay out their names and their letter blocks. Be back in a minute. Hey everyone, hope your day is going well. I want to share my finished quilt top for my granddaughter for Christmas. So I finished it. I had recorded some of the piecing to put it together, But I don't know what happened to the recording. Like it just did not work, and so that's why the big gap in between. But here's what I did. So I did all of the letters, as you can see, and then I did a strip here and I did a strip there, and then I added a border on top and on bottom for it. So let's take a closer look. All right, y'all. So what you think? I think it is a fun kids quilt. Not sure what it measures yet. I'll measure it when I get it all done. But yeah. Yeah. So there you have it. I am going to quilt it today. And I think I'm just going to straight line quilt it. I don't know if I'm going to put Mickey on the back or if I'm going to use one of the coordinating solids for the back. It might be just the coordinating solids, and then I'll use batting. So yeah, so there you have it. All finished. All right, I'll meet you back at the sewing machine. What y'all think? What y'all think? We finished it. Now I have to really finish it and make some decisions for today. So I will be binding, I will be quilting and binding this quilt hopefully today. So if you like this content, I wish my videos would have hung in there long enough, but they just did not. So my apologies, but at least, you know, you got to see the finished quilt top. And yeah, it wasn't really all that hard. It's literally just squares that you sew together. And then I do have a video on how to do the letters. Those are Lori Holt's ways of doing the letters. So if you're interested in that, I'll put a link down below so you can take a look how to do them. Letters are super easy, super easy. It's all blocked in. This is not applique. It's actually sewn in. So yeah. So with that said, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for stopping by.